Hello, guys. Today I'm going to be doing the picks for NFL Week 4. We have a really good week this week and some interesting games and interesting storylines. So let's get into the games and see if we can have a little bit better record than last week because we went below 500 for last week. So that was unfortunate, but let's go ahead and look at the games. For the Cardinals versus Seahawks, you guys know that I'm not a big fan of Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. They just don't seem like a good team to me at all. They have some good things on their team. McBride, I believe, he's a really good tight end, and I don't really believe in Kyler Murray. I think he's a little bit too small, even though his athleticism is so much, and he can make some amazing plays on certain plays, but he also then turns around and turns the ball over just ridiculously. So that's an unfortunate part of the game for him. And yeah, I think the Seahawks and Sam Darnold are good. I think they're going to be good, and they might be second place in the division because of all the injuries that the Niners are having. And I expect the Rams to win that division. I thought the 49ers were going to compete for it, but Nicky Bosa's out for the rest of the year. Purdy hasn't come back. I don't know if he's coming back this week. And I also saw some sort of injury for Pearsall. So that division is up for grabs. And it's going to be the Seahawks and the Rams. Even though I think Rams will be number one, the Seahawks are going to be right there. And I think Sam Darnold is going to win this game. Uh, I'm picking the Seahawks to win this game versus the Cardinals. For the Steelers versus Vikings, it's a 7:30 a.m. game. I believe they're going to be playing in Ireland. Um, for this game, I don't know who to pick, guys. Obviously, the defense for the Vikings is pretty good. The protection for Aaron Rodgers has not been there. And last week, he didn't look good at all. And honestly, they should have lost that game. But 5 turnovers from the Patriots, and they were able to somehow win it, even though I believe if the Patriots even have if they even had like turnovers only, the Patriots could have won that. And Carson Wentz has all the weapons on offense. Jefferson, Hawkinson, and all the cool receivers that the Vikings have. Um, it's a difficult pick for me because Tomlin is just so. I trust Tomlin as a coach. I don't know why. I think he's really good. And is Wentz performance last week, was that an anomaly, or is this gonna like continue to grow and grow, and is he gonna be like the new Baker Mayfield or something like that? Uh, Geez, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I'll go with the Vikings on that one. We'll see what happens. For the Falcons versus Commanders game, I gotta be honest, guys. I don't know if Jaden Daniels is coming back. 1 second, let me check. Yes. Let me see 1 second. It's up to the doctors, so that sounds like a 50-50 chance. And still, the Panthers destroyed the Falcons. Michael Penix looked bad. Mariota looked okay, and I just think the Commanders are a better team. I'm gonna pick the Commanders on that one. I think they'll win. For the New York Giants versus the Chargers, I expect the Chargers to keep rolling. Herbert is going to be up for MVP. It seems like, at least up these 3 weeks only. It seems like he's going to be for the MVP, and the Chargers are going to be fighting to win that division. Like I believe the Chiefs have won it for like 7 seasons in a row or something like that. I think the Chargers have a chance to win it. We'll see if they can keep it up. The Giants are going to start Jackson Dart. That's really cool, and it's gonna be more of like, can Jackson Dart show some flashes or have some cool plays, not turn the ball over, looked good overall, and that's what the Giants are aiming for, and they'll be happy with a great performance by Jackson Dart. And but I think the Chargers win that one, so I'm picking the Chargers for that. The Texans versus the Titans. You guys, I've seen Cam Ward have some good flashes in his games, and he looks really good. I just think they need to build a better like team around him. He needs to watch a little bit the interceptions and all that type of stuff. But I think he's really good. So, and the Texans, Stroud seems to be getting some scrutiny from the media. He's not performing like he did in his rookie year. Last year he also had a rough year, but he also had some injuries to his receivers, so it's understandable. Um, Geez, I don't know. This is kind of like who's worse right now. Hmm. I think I'm going to go with the Texans just because they have a great defense. But it's a 50-50 because they're both kind of bad. I'll go with the Texans. Buccaneers versus Eagles. I think this is going to be one of the best games. It's unfortunate it's in the morning, but or it's one of the 1 p.m. games. It's unfortunate, but it's going to be a great game between Jalen Hurts and Baker Mayfield and the Eagles and the Buccaneers. They both have great teams. I believe the Buccaneers have some injuries, and I expect the Eagles to keep rolling. I'm not going to lie. It would be cool if it was like a tough game and Baker had a chance to win it, or the Eagles had a chance to win it at the end. That's what I'm imagining. Also, for Baker Mayfield, he needs to be careful with those runs. It's like really inspiring, and he hypes up his teammates, and the teammates are like, "Oh my God, this guy is for real. This guy's a real leader, and he's tough or whatever." But he needs to be careful. He's gonna get injured, and I believe if he balls out this season, maybe wins a playoff game, or maybe even gets to the NFC Championship, they're gonna pay him like one of the top quarterbacks in the league. But he needs to stay healthy. And for the Eagles, I expect maybe the running game is going to open up now that everybody's seeing that Jalen Hurts can air it out with AJ Brown and Smitty. But I expect the Eagles to win this one. I don't think they'll lose. It is 50-50, but I'm picking the Eagles. For the Patriots versus Panthers, wow, this is going to be a good game, I think. No, it's not going to be a good game. I don't know, guys. I betrayed Bryce Young by going against him. He was my guy, but he was kind of looking like a backup a little bit the first 2 games, and then he had an okay game against the Falcons. Who's worse is the question. Who is worse? I'll go with the Panthers on that one. I don't know. I'm going with the Panthers on that one. Bills Saints. That's the Bills. I don't really need to say much here. I think they should destroy them by 50 at least. But uh, yeah, I don't know. The Saints they're looking like the number one overall pick, to be honest. Bills Bills are just gonna cruise. They Bills sometimes against these little opponents they just cruise. Like with the Jets and the Patriots, they just kind of cruise. So they might not destroy them, but if the Bills and the Saints play full gas, I expect the Bills to destroy. So I'm going to go with the Bills. Lions versus Browns. Browns pull off the giant upset against Green Bay last week, and the Lions run all over the Baltimore Ravens. The question here is, are they going to stop Detroit's run game just like they stopped Derrick Henry a couple weeks ago? They stopped Derrick Henry, but they couldn't stop Lamar, and they just got 41 put on them, and the interceptions and all that type of stuff. I believe that game. Geez, I don't know. Nah, I expect the Lions to win. Even though if Miles Garrett can get something going against Jared Goff, Goff is not really good under pressure, but he does have an amazing O line, so I don't expect that to be much of an issue. I think the Lions will win that one for sure. 49ers versus Jags. I honestly don't know if Brock Purdy's coming back. I also saw something about Ricky Pearsall being injured. Nicky Bosa obviously out for the season. The Jaguars have been playing good, and honestly, they should be 3-0. But Trevor Lawrence hasn't been playing that well. He's been playing okay, but he's turning the ball over way too much. Will the Niners, without Nicky Bosa, if Pearsall is definitely out, mm, Purdy comes back. I don't know if he's coming back. Mm, I'm going to go with the Jags. No, I'll go with the 49ers. I'll go with the 49ers on that one. For the Colts versus Rams, this is actually a really good game. It's going to be an amazing game, I think. Unless you guys think that Danny Dimes is actually horrible and he's going to melt down in this game. The Rams are a really good team. They're a contender to get to the Super Bowl or at least the NFC Championship. I really like the Colts. I do not think that they're all smoke and mirrors, um, but I don't know if they have enough to beat the Rams. But I don't want to go with only favorites, so I'm going to go with the Colts on that one. I'm going to ride with Danny Dimes. Hopefully, he can do good. Even though Matt Stafford and Devontae and Puka and all those guys are looking amazing, even though they lost, but they lost to a block kick, so I, I don't expect them to get down on themselves or anything like that. The Colts will win that one, I think. I'll go with the Colts. For the Raiders versus the Bears. Honestly, guys, I thought the Raiders were going to be better than they have shown. They're doing bad right now. Um, the Bears looked amazing against the Cowboys. Was that because the Cowboys are actually horrendous on defense, or is Ben Johnson and Caleb and the Bears actually that good? That's the question right here. Jeez, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Bears. I think we'll see what happens, but I'll go with the Bears. For the Chiefs versus the Ravens, this is gonna be an interesting game. They both need this win, otherwise they're gonna go to 1-3. Patrick Mahomes, I believe. I think Worthy's coming back. I'm not 100% on that. And the Ravens have had two heartbreaking losses. Honestly, the Ravens are kind of a weird team because you look at them for a certain period of time, like a quarter or a half or 3 quarters, like in the Bills game, and they look like they should run over everybody. But then they have mistakes, fumbles, something, drop passes, anything, penalties, anything, and then they lose. They manage to lose the game somehow. Hmm. But I still think they're better than the Chiefs, so I'm gonna go with the Ravens. The Chiefs should be better once Worthy and Rasheed Rice come back. Come back. But for right now, I think the Ravens have more complete team. I believe. For the Cowboys versus Packers, I'll take. I am a Cowboys fan, and the Green Bay Packers did lose. And honestly, the pass defense has looked horrible. So um, I don't know. I think in theory the Packers should win this one easily. But I'm gonna go with the heart, and I'm gonna pick the Cowboys, just because I don't want Micah to destroy our team. He probably might, but I'll take the Cowboys on that one. That one's more of a hard pick, but I'll take the Cowboys. For the Dolphins versus Jets, this is where either one of these team seasons can start to go a little bit upwards. Because they faced some tough competition in the beginning. They lost. I think they're 0-3, all of them. And yeah, I don't know. The Dolphins obviously have an amazing offense, and the Jets have good defense. I think they have looked good. They did almost beat the Buccaneers, except Baker was able to throw it down the field, and then they got the kick, and the Buccaneers won by 3. But, gee, I don't know. I think I'll pick the Jets for that one. The Dolphins have also showed some fight against the Bills, and I don't know. But I've heard talks about Tyreek Hill getting traded and that type of stuff. I think the Jets will win their first game. I'm going with the Jets. For the Broncos versus Bengals, Browning looked horrible against the Vikings. The Bengals in general look horrible. The Broncos have a good defense. Bo Nix has not played as well as he did in his rookie season. Uh, but he has played he played okay in the second game, but I don't know. For that one, I think I'm going with the Broncos. I thought Jake Browning was going to be able to replicate like a couple seasons ago when he was winning games and he was actually doing good. I thought he was going to be able to do that, but I don't think so. From what we saw last week, I don't know. Or maybe it was just the Vikings defense is that good, but I don't know. But I'll take the Broncos for that one. Yeah, okay guys, so those were my picks. You guys comment down in the comment section your picks, or if you like my picks or if you disagree, and also like and subscribe if you would like. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.